A perfect cafe mocha is an absolute delight. You get that rich sweetness from the chocolate, and just about anything chocolatey is better with espresso. It's a match made in heaven. So how do we make a cafe quality mocha at home, and in my typical fashion, take it to the next level? The biggest reason I see people messing up their cafe mochas at home is they just don't do any preparation. They put in some cocoa with their espresso and pour some milk on top. You're gonna end up with powdered cocoa pockets, and really, is there anything worse than little bits of powdered cocoa in a drink? Yuck, bleh, bleh, pfft. No, we can do better. So my first and easiest recipe that also requires the least prep, but still better than Powder Town, involves 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, and 3 tablespoons or roughly 45 milliliters of hot water straight off the boil. You're going to whisk them together in a cup and whisk them good till you get a really creamy texture. I even use my nanofoamer here to whisk it so I can guarantee there are no lumps in there. That's another good use for the nanofoamer other than making latte art. Pull your shot directly into the cup because it looks gorgeous. Then pour some nice latte art on top with nicely steamed milk, which you can learn how to do by clicking the link at the end to watch my video on milk steaming. Then sip and enjoy. That is a super good mocha. It's simple, it's easy, and it's ready to go whenever you need it. However, if you've got some friends over you want to impress, or if you just like drinking mochas because they're super yummy, then let's go to the next step, which is homemade chocolate fudge sauce. This is amazing because not only can you use this for your mochas, but you can also put it on ice cream, on waffles or pancakes, or on toast. Take a medium saucepan and put a heat-proof bowl on top to make a bain-marie, otherwise known as a water bath. Into that, you're going to put 100 grams of the chocolate of your choice. I like to use 70% dark chocolate, along with 40 grams of butter and 30 grams of heavy cream, and mix it together while it melts on a low heat, making sure to scrape down the sides so it heats evenly and you don't dry out the edges. Now, here you can add a sweetener if you like. I usually add 2 teaspoons of honey, or if I want a hazelnut flavor, I'll pour in 15 to 20 grams or so of hazelnut syrup. Now, I know what some of you are going to say in the comments, that, Charlie, you said you don't like sweet drinks and syrups and blah blah blah. I know, but a mocha is supposed to be decadent and delicious and unhealthy. I don't have this very often, so when I do, I want it to be a good one, because I do not play. So while that's all slowly melting together, sift 20 grams of icing sugar and 20 grams of Dutch processed cocoa powder and a pinch of salt into a bowl. When your chocolate is all melty, add half a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste along with all your dry ingredients. Now you can get actual vanilla beans and use a knife to draw along and get those little black dots out. These are really expensive in Japan. They cost like £6 or something like that just for one of them. So I'm going to stick with vanilla bean paste, which gets a much better result than vanilla extract. Now fold your powder mix with a spatula into your chocolate and then take the bain-marie off the heat. I decant this into a squeezy tube that I use for my chocolate sauce like so. Now you can keep this in the fridge for up to 2 weeks, but if you're like me and you strategically make it when you have friends coming over or you have massive cravings for ice cream, it'll be gone long before that. Just make sure that when you take it out of the fridge, you put it on top of your espresso machine to warm up, so it's nice and squeezy and you can chocolate fudge sauce all the way. That's so good. So my third and final way to make a mocha that looks amazing, if you want to post it on Instagram, which of course you should be following me on, is to use a chocolate bar. Now I tried this with a dairy milk bar, which was a little bit too sweet for me, and also with one of those thin chocolate bars from Japanese supermarkets by Meiji, which was me. But my absolute favorite one was the Belgian chocolate Côte d'Or, which is a dark chocolate bar that I absolutely love. Yes, it's much more expensive, but it's gonna blow your mind. Lay half a bar of chocolate, or roughly 30 grams of a bar like this one, on top of your cup as you pull your shot directly on top. Make sure you have your phone or your camera ready for the gram. Oh, that is just so good. I mean, it's delicious, it's creamy and thick, just the way you want a mocha to be. It's not quite fully melted, even with the hot espresso and the hot milk poured on top of it, it's still not quite completely incorporated. But it just looks so pretty when you make it. So that's why I included it. I'm sure there are some people who aren't going to like the fact that when you get to the bottom of this cup, there's going to be a little bit of unmelted chocolate. Personally, I think this is awesome. Who doesn't like a little bit of melty chocolate at the bottom of their cup of coffee? I mean, that's amazing. Delicious. Okay, that's it, you wonderful overcaffeinated people. Tell me how you make your mocha in the comments below, or if you tried my recipe and liked it, or if there's another one that you think I should be aware of. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and follow me on all the things. This recipe will be on my website at homecafebycharlie.com, so check that out if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one. Now, I know what some of you are going to say in the comments, that Charlie, you said you don't like sweet drinks and you don't use syrups and blah blah blah. Well, I know I said that, but a cafe mocha is supposed to be delicious and decadent and unhealthy. That's why I blah 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 blah. Now, you can get actual vanilla. That's not a thing. The biggest reason I see people mess up a mocha is preparation. They don't do any, and they just get some cocoa, put it in with an espresso, and pour some milk on top. You're gonna end up with powdered cocoa pockets. And is there anything worse than powdered cocoa pockets in a drink? Yuck!